What if the intelligence you've been taught to chase is a lie? A carefully woven deception designed to keep you shackled to mediocrity. In a world where noise drowns out nuance, where people clamor for validation through endless chatter, the truly brilliant move in silence, their minds veiled, their intentions shrouded, yet their impact devastatingly precise. Niccolò Machiavelli, the Renaissance architect who dissected power with the precision of a surgeon, understood that intelligence is not about the volume of your knowledge, the weight of your credentials, or the roar of a crowd's applause. It's about how you wield what you know, who you allow to glimpse your mind, and how you shape outcomes others cannot fathom. Forget grades, titles, or fleeting social media likes. True intelligence lies in strategic restraint, piercing observation, and the ability to navigate the chaos of human nature without ever revealing your hand. Are you smarter than most, not by what you say, but by how you see, adapt, and control? Here are 7 signs, forged in Machiavelli's ruthless lens, that mark you as a mind operating on a plane most will never comprehend. Stay until the end to uncover the secret that makes you untouchable, a truth so sharp, so dangerous, that Machiavelli would whisper it only to his most cunning disciple. Society has conditioned you to equate intelligence with visibility, to believe that brilliance must be loud, performative, and validated by others. Your urge to flaunt your knowledge in debates, to broadcast your every thought online, to seek approval through displays of wit or credentials. But this is a trap, a gilded cage that binds the weak to the whims of a fickle crowd. The truly intelligent don't perform for applause, they orchestrate the stage from the shadows. They don't crave understanding, they seek to understand, to manipulate the game without exposing their strategy. Machiavelli, who navigated the treacherous courts of Renaissance Italy, knew that intelligence is not a trophy to display, but a blade to conceal. To be smart is to see the hidden currents of power, to predict moves before they're made, and to wield influence without raising your voice. This is not the intelligence of academia, fleeting fame, or viral posts. It's the intelligence of survival, dominance, and shaping the world to your will. This journey through 7 signs is not merely a revelation, it's a reckoning. It will force you to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself, your place in the world, and the cost of seeing what others cannot. You'll discover why the sharpest minds are often the loneliest, why brilliance is both a gift and a curse, and why true power lies not in being known, but in being unknowable. As we embark on this exploration, prepare to peel back the layers of human nature, to question the assumptions that bind most minds, and to embrace the unseen blade of your intellect. Let's begin, step by step, forging a path through the shadows, where true power resides. Sign 1. You master silence in a world of noise. The wise man does at once what the fool does at last. Most people cannot endure silence. In a room buzzing with voices, they rush to fill the void with opinions, emotions, or boasts, desperate to prove their worth. Their words spill like water from a cracked vessel, exposing their fears, desires, and weaknesses to anyone with the wit to listen. But you remain silent, not out of timidity, but from calculated restraint. This is the first sign of Machiavellian intelligence, the ability to hold your tongue while others betray themselves. Silence is not weakness, it's camouflage, a strategic veil that conceals your thoughts while others lay bare their souls. Picture Cesare Borgia, Machiavelli's archetype of a cunning prince, standing in the opulent courts of Renaissance Italy. Betrayal was as common as wine, and words were weapons wielded by the careless. Borgia spoke sparingly, his silence a mirror that reflected his rivals' fears and ambitions. They projected strength or danger onto his unreadable presence, faltering in their uncertainty, while he gathered data to strike with precision. Contrast this with King Louis XII of France, whose open declarations during the Italian Wars exposed his plans, inviting betrayal and defeat. His transparency was his undoing, a lesson etched in history's blood. Silence grants you power by denying others insight. The less you speak, the more they project intelligence, strength, or menace onto you. The more you listen, the more you learn information they surrender freely, unaware of the arsenal they've handed you. In today's hyper-connected world, this principle is a superpower. Imagine a corporate boardroom where colleagues vie for attention, spilling their ideas to impress the boss. You sit quietly, observing their tones, their hesitations, their hidden agendas. By the meeting's end, you know who's insecure, who's ambitious, who's bluffing while they know nothing of you. This is strategic invisibility, a tactic that lets others underestimate you, only to falter in their overconfidence. Or consider social media, where people broadcast their lives, seeking validation through likes and comments. You, however, post sparingly, each word chosen with purpose, leaving followers intrigued and guessing. Your restraint amplifies your presence, turning you into an enigma others cannot resist. Let's draw a modern analogy from poker, where silence is a masterstroke. Phil Ivey, one of the greatest poker players, is renowned for his unreadable demeanor. His opponents, desperate for a tell, betray their hands through nervous chatter or fleeting expressions. Ivey's silence forces them to project their fears, leading to mistakes that hand him victory. Like Ivey, you understand that every word you withhold strengthens your fortress. Every pause a step toward dominance. In literature, Paul Atreides in ** wields silence to build his mythic aura. He speaks only when necessary, letting others project godlike qualities onto him, amplifying his influence without effort. Your silence works the same way. It's not passivity, but a calculated act of power that reshapes how others perceive. This sign reveals a mind that values information over attention. You delay gratification, a core trait of strategic intelligence. You're comfortable with ambiguity, while fools rush to fill the unknown with noise, exposing their weaknesses. For you to exploit. Let's delve deeper with a historical anecdote. During World War II, Winston Churchill used silence strategically, sharing doubts only with a trusted inner circle while projecting unyielding resolve to the public. His restraint kept enemies guessing and allies united, turning uncertainty into a weapon. In contrast, leaders like Emperor Nero, whose emotional outbursts revealed his instability, invited rebellion and ruin. From a psychological perspective, silence aligns with research on self-regulation. Studies by neuroscientist Daniel Kahneman show that delaying responses enhances decision-making, as it allows the prefrontal cortex to override impulsive reactions. Your silence reflects this, making you a master of timing. In mythology, the Norse god Odin sacrificed an eye for wisdom, his silence in the face of chaos reflecting his strategic depth. Your restraint is not just a tactic, it's a divine act of foresight, a shield that protects your mind while others expose theirs. Let's apply this practically. Next time you're in a heated discussion, practice withholding one comment you're tempted to make. Observe how others react to your silence. Do they grow nervous, talk more, or reveal their hand? This exercise will sharpen your ability to wield silence as a tool, turning every pause into a moment of power. Sign 2, you pierce. Through hidden motives of Orion sees what you appear to be, but few experience what you really are. Most people swallow the words of others as truth, swayed by smiles, promises, or tears. Not you. You instinctively spot the hidden motives behind every gesture. The second sign of a Machiavellian mind. When someone claims they're helping you, you sense the strings attached. When they say they're angry about one thing, you dig deeper, uncovering the true source of their rage. This isn't paranoia, it's pattern recognition, a skill that makes you dangerously perceptive. This ability is rare because it demands seeing beyond the surface, past the masks people wear to conceal their intentions. You notice micro-expressions, a fleeting smirk, a hesitant glance, tone shifts, or delayed responses that betray fake enthusiasm or hidden agendas. You're immune to charm, flattery, or guilt trips, tactics that manipulate 90% of people but slide off you like water on stone. In Renaissance Italy, Machiavelli observed how Lorenzo de' Medici navigated treacherous alliances by reading intentions, not words. When allies pledged loyalty, Lorenzo probed their self-interest, ensuring he was never blindsided. You operate similarly, playing the long game in relationships, watching how people reveal themselves through patterns, not promises. In the modern world, this translates to everyday scenarios. Imagine a workplace where a colleague offers to help with your project. Most would accept the gesture as kindness, but you notice their eagerness to take credit or their subtle probing for your weaknesses. You see, the ambition behind their altruism, the calculation behind their smile, or consider social media influencers who project authenticity while chasing clout. You see through their curated personas, spotting the motives, validation, profit, control that drive their posts. This clarity makes you unplayable in social games. Manipulators falter because you detect the lie behind the smile, a skill honed by betrayal, observation, or both. Let's explore a historical example from ancient Rome. Julius Caesar, a master of human nature. Read the motives of his senators, spotting disloyalty in their flattery long before the Ides of March. His failure was not in perception but in acting on it, a lesson you've internalized. In pop culture, varies from Game of Thrones navigates a world of deceit by reading intentions, not words. His whispered insights and silent observations make him a puppet master, pulling strings while others remain oblivious. Your mind works similarly, seeing the board others miss, anticipating moves before they're played. From a psychological perspective, this aligns with research by Paul Ekman on microexpressions, which reveal true emotions in fractions of a second. Your ability to spot these cues, whether consciously or intuitively, makes you a living lie detector. In mythology, Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, embodied this trait, her piercing gaze seeing through mortal deceit. Your ability to read motives is not just intelligence, it's divine clarity in a world of illusions. Let's add a modern case study. In corporate negotiations, leaders like Indra Nooyi, former CEO of PepsiCo, excelled by reading the unspoken agendas of competitors and partners. Her ability to anticipate motives allowed her to secure deals others couldn't, turning insight into leverage. You share this skill, whether in a boardroom or a casual conversation, spotting the undercurrents that drive behavior. Practically, try this for one day. Note every time someone's words don't match their tone or body language. Reflect on what their true motive might be. This exercise will hone your perception, making you even more unplayable. Sign 3. You wield curiosity as a scalpel. The great majority of mankind are satisfied with appearances, but you are not. Average minds stop asking questions when they feel safe. Smarter minds never stop. Your curiosity, however, is not mere interest, it's a strategic scalpel, dissecting systems, power structures, and human motives. This is the third sign of Machiavellian intelligence. You use curiosity to uncover truths others overlook, turning knowledge into leverage. You don't just follow trends, you reverse engineer them. When others consume content, you study who created it, why, and who benefits. When a movement gains traction, you analyze how it spread, not just what it says. You ask questions others ignore. Who set the rules? Who profits if I fail? How can I flip this system in my favor? This relentless curiosity keeps you adaptable, unlearning outdated beliefs while others remain rigid. In ancient China, strategist Zhuge Liang used this approach to outwit enemies. Facing Sima Yi's army, he didn't react impulsively, he questioned their motives, predicted their fears, and used an open city gate and a lute to sow doubt, winning without a fight. His curiosity about human nature turned a hopeless situation into a masterstroke. In today's world, this might look like analyzing a viral marketing campaign. While others are swayed by slick ads, you study the psychology behind them, how colors, words, or timing manipulate emotions. In a negotiation, you don't just hear the offer, you question the intent behind it, spotting leverage others miss. Consider Elon Musk, whose curiosity about systems, whether rockets, cars, or AI, allows him to disrupt industries. He doesn't accept the status quo, he dissects it, finding opportunities where others see barriers. Your mind works similarly, connecting dots others don't notice, turning information into power. From a philosophical lens, Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius emphasized questioning assumptions to achieve clarity. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Your curiosity mirrors this, probing not just events, but their underlying causes, making you unpredictable and uncatchable. In literature, Odysseus and the Odyssey embodies this trait. His cunning questions and relentless inquiry outwitting gods and monsters alike. Your curiosity is not a pastime, it's a weapon, a tool that carves through illusions to reveal the machinery of power. Let's add a modern example. In the tech world, data scientists at companies like Google use curiosity to uncover patterns in user behavior, predicting trends before they emerge. You apply the same rigor to life, questioning why systems work, who controls them, and how you can bend them to your will from a sociological perspective. This aligns with Max Weber's concept of rationalization, understanding the structures that govern society. Your curiosity dismantles these structures, giving you an edge in any arena. Practically, try this exercise. Choose a trend, e.g., a viral TikTok challenge, and spend 10 minutes researching its origins, influencers, and beneficiaries. Ask, who profits? How did it spread? This will sharpen your ability to see beyond appearances, turning curiosity into a strategic tool. Sign 4. Your mind defies boredom and are driven by two principal impulses, love or fear. The fourth sign of your intelligence is your immunity to boredom. While others crave constant stimulation, endless apps, drama, or noise, your mind is a self-sustaining engine, creating worlds, strategies, and insights in silence. This isn't mere imagination, it's mental autonomy, a rare strength Machiavelli would recognize in a mind like his own, honed in solitude. Picture Leonardo da Vinci sketching inventions in isolation, his mind alight with possibilities others couldn't fathom, or Steve Jobs retreating to think through Apple's next move, crafting visions while others sought distraction. Your mind works similarly, building frameworks, philosophies, and systems while others chase fleeting entertainment. In a meeting, while colleagues scroll their phones, you're analyzing dynamics, testing ideas, or connecting past events to predict outcomes. This mental independence makes you dangerous, as you thrive in stillness where others falter. In literature, Sherlock Holmes exemplifies this trait. While others grow restless, Holmes sits in silence, piecing together clues, his mind a labyrinth of logic and imagination. You share this ability to entertain abstract thought without exhaustion. In a world addicted to noise, your capacity to find stimulation within yourself is a superpower. Let's consider a modern scenario. During a long flight, while others fidget or binge watch, you reflect on a problem, simulate conversations, or build mental models. Your mind is your playground, and boredom is a foreign concept from a scientific perspective. This aligns with research on divergent thinking, a hallmark of high intelligence. Studies by psychologist Machiavelli show that creative minds thrive in flow states, finding intrinsic motivation without external stimuli. Your ability to entertain yourself reflects this, making you a self-contained powerhouse. In mythology, Hermes, the Greek god of intellect, embodied this restless creativity, weaving plans in solitude that shaped mortal fates. Your mental autonomy is not just a trait, it's a divine gift, setting you apart in a world of distraction. Let's add a historical example. During her reign, Catherine the Great of Russia spent hours in solitude, studying philosophy and strategy to transform her empire. Her ability to find stimulation in thought made her a formidable ruler. You share this capacity, turning solitude into a forge for ideas. Practically, try spending 15 minutes daily in silence, reflecting on a single question, e.g., what drives my current goals? This will strengthen your mental autonomy, making you even more resilient to distraction. Sign 5. You conceal your brilliance. Sight is much safer to be feared than loved. When one of the two must be lacking, the fifth sign is your refusal to flaunt your intelligence. Unlike those who quote books or correct others to impress, you know that proving your smarts diminishes your power. The moment you advertise your brilliance, you become predictable, a fatal flaw in Machiavelli's world. Instead, you let others underestimate you, moving silently to gain advantage. Queen Elizabeth I mastered this art, appearing less decisive than she was, keeping her court guessing while orchestrating England's survival. Her restraint made her unpredictable, a trait you share. In modern times, Satya Nadella, Microsoft's CEO, leads with understated confidence, letting results speak louder than boasts. You measure success by outcomes, not applause. In a debate, you don't need to be right, you need influence. By withholding your full capacity, You wield humility as a weapon, manipulating perceptions to your advantage. This sign reveals a mind that transcends ego. You've learned that arguments don't move power, strategic concealment does. In The Art of War Sun Tzu advises, when capable, feign incapacity. Your restraint is not weakness, but a calculated strategy, ensuring you remain one step ahead. Let's consider a historical example. During the American Revolution, Benjamin Franklin played the role of a charming diplomat, hiding his sharp intellect behind a folksy facade to win allies. His concealed brilliance shaped a nation, proving that power lies in what you withhold. In a modern context, think of a startup founder pitching to investors. While others boast about their expertise, you present just enough to intrigue, letting your results close the deal. This subtlety makes you magnetic, as others project strength onto your restraint. From a psychological perspective, this aligns with research on impression management. People respect those who underpromise and overdeliver. In mythology, the Norse god Loki used concealment to outwit stronger foes, his hidden brilliance shaping destinies. Your restraint is not just humility, it's a chess move, positioning you for victory. Practically, try this in your next conversation. Resist correcting someone's minor error. Instead, ask a question that subtly guides them to the truth. Observe how this increases your influence without exposing your hand. Sign 6. You plant ideas as their own. Wise man does not expose himself needlessly to danger, but when compelled, he is resolute. The 6th sign is your ability to plant ideas so subtly that others believe they originated them. You don't argue or force agreement, you guide people to your conclusions, making them feel powerful while you steer the outcome. This isn't persuasion, it's Machiavellian suggestion, a pinnacle of social intelligence. In ancient Rome, Augustus Caesar used this tactic, letting senators feel they shaped policies he had already designed. In modern politics, advisors like Steve Bannon have steered narratives by planting ideas that others champion. You understand that people resist being convinced but love feeling right. In a workplace, you ask questions that lead a colleague to rethink their stance, framing your insights to fit their ego. In personal relationships, you nudge others toward decisions that align with your goals, all while they believe they're in control. This sign reveals a mind that prioritizes results over credit. You've mastered the art of reshaping identities without attacking egos, a skill that makes your influence effortless and enduring. In Japanese culture, the concept of the space between actions reflects this subtlety. Your pauses, your questions, create space for others to fill with your ideas, a silent form of dominance. Let's add a literary example. In Othello, Iago manipulates others by planting doubts, letting them act on their conclusions. Your subtlety is less malicious, but equally effective, turning influence into an art form. From a psychological perspective, this aligns with research on cognitive bias. Like the illusion of choice, people are more likely to act when they feel ownership over an idea. You exploit this, guiding outcomes without resistance. In mythology, Loki, the Norse trickster god, embodies this skill, weaving lies that others adopt as truth. Your ability to plant ideas is not deceit, it's strategy. A dance of minds where you lead without stepping into the spotlight. Practically, try this in your next group discussion. Propose an idea indirectly by asking, "What if we considered X?" Observe how others adopt it as their own. This will refine your ability to wield suggestion as a tool of power. Sign 7. You calculate. Never react. A wise ruler ought never to keep faith, when by doing so it would be against his interests. The 7th and coldest sign is your refusal to react impulsively. When provoked, insulted, or betrayed, you don't lash out, you observe, absorb, and respond with precision. Most people are slaves to emotion, snapping at insults or defending. Against criticism, you create distance between stimulus and response, turning every moment into a calculated move. This is psychological warfare. When someone tries to provoke you, your silence leaves them in uncertainty, unsure if they've affected you. In feudal Japan, samurai like Miyamoto Musashi remained calm in duels, unsettling opponents with their stillness, winning before the blade was drawn. In modern diplomacy, leaders like Angela Merkel use calculated restraint to navigate crises, responding only when the moment maximizes impact. You'd rather win than vent, valuing outcomes over emotions. This sign reveals a mind governed by strategy, not sentiment. You don't need the world to be fair, you need to understand it. Your intelligence shapes the future by staying unreadable in the present. In *Dune*, Paul Atreides' calculated responses turn him into a messianic figure, his restraint amplifying his power. You wield the same discipline, turning every challenge into an opportunity for victory. Let's explore a modern example. In chess, Magnus Carlsen dominates not just through skill, but through psychological mastery. His calm demeanor and unpredictable strategies unsettle opponents, who project their fears onto his silence. You share this ability to let others' uncertainty amplify your presence, turning perception into power. From a neurological perspective, this aligns with research on the prefrontal cortex, which governs impulse control. Your ability to delay response reflects a highly developed executive function, a hallmark of strategic intelligence. Let's add a historical case study. During the Cold War, Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev's calculated restraint during the Cuban Missile Crisis, pausing before responding to Kennedy's moves, averted catastrophe while maintaining power. Your ability to pause reflects the same strategic depth. Practically, try this when provoked. Count to 5 before responding. Use that pause to assess your options and choose the most impactful move. This will strengthen your control, making you a master of timing. Interlude: the cost of brilliance. Before we conclude, let's pause to reflect on the burden of your intelligence. Being smarter than most is not a blessing, it's a hidden curse. You'll be misunderstood, called arrogant for seeing what others miss, paranoid for warning of unseen dangers. Isolation will feel unfair, as if you're punished for thinking clearly. Machiavelli warned, "It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles." Your brilliance means nothing if the world cannot survive it. Most aren't built for intelligent minds, they're built to control them. From an existentialist perspective, Søren Kierkegaard argued that individuality comes at the cost of alienation. Your intelligence sets you apart, but it also empowers you to forge your own path. In mythology, Prometheus, who gifted fire to humanity, was punished for his brilliance. Your mind is your fire, use it wisely, but guard it fiercely. Let's consider a modern example. Innovators like Nikola Tesla were often misunderstood, their genius isolating them from a world unprepared for their vision. You face the same risk, but also the same opportunity to shape the world through unseen influence. The path forward: wielding the unseen blade to harness your intelligence. Follow these Machiavellian principles. First, embrace silence as your shield. Practice withholding one unnecessary comment each day, observing how others react to your restraint. Second, sharpen your motive spotting skills. Study body language, question promises, and trust patterns over words. Third, wield curiosity like a blade. Ask why systems exist, who benefits, and how you can turn them to your advantage. Fourth, cultivate mental autonomy. Spend time alone, building frameworks and strategies without external input. Fifth, conceal your brilliance. Let others underestimate you, revealing only what serves your goals. Sixth, master suggestion. Plant ideas through questions, not commands. Seventh, replace reaction with calculation. Pause before responding, choosing moves that maximize impact. Let's add a practical framework. For 1 month, keep a journal of moments where you apply these signs. Note when you use silence, spot motives, or plant ideas. Reflect weekly on how these choices shift your influence. This discipline will transform your intelligence from a latent gift into a tangible force. From a sociological perspective, your intelligence challenges the status quo. Pierre Bourdieu's concept of cultural capital suggests that power lies in controlling knowledge others cannot access. Your unseen blade, your ability to see, think, and act differently gives you this capital, positioning you as a disruptor in any system. Conclusion: the unseen blade of you are not like most. Your intelligence doesn't scream, it watches, learns, and leads. You've walked through 7 signs: silence as camouflage, motive spotting clarity, weaponized curiosity, mental autonomy. concealed brilliance, subtle suggestion, and calculated response. These mark you as a rare mind, one that shapes the world without needing applause. Declare it, I choose my silence, wield your unseen blade, ruling not in the spotlight but in the shadows. Where true power resides, the world may not understand you, but it will bend to you because you see what others cannot, and you act when others hesitate. This is your Machiavellian edge, your path to dominion, your legacy as a veiled mind in a world of noise.